Hey, my Cross Park friends. Trust you are well. I want to remind you about a couple of things this weekend. This is the last Sunday of our spring schedule, May 31st. So we will have Sunday school at 9:30 and then worship at 10:30. A couple of notes about our worship service this Sunday. It is the fifth Sunday of the month, so as we're in the pattern of that being Youth Sunday, our youth are going to be very helpful in leading the service in a lot of different ways. We also will have, it being fifth Sunday, there will be no children's worship during the service. There will be nursery, but our kids 3 years old, 4 years old and up can stay with us during the service. And there will be coloring pages or some sort of sermon worksheet for them to work on during the service. So fifth Sunday, Youth Sunday, which also means no children's worship, but we will have nursery. Also during worship, Will Milks is going to be preaching our conclusion to our 1st and 2nd Peter series. He's going to look at the last 5 verses of 2 Peter 3, verses 14 to 18. So looking forward to getting to hear from Will on Sunday morning. Then next Sunday, June 7, will be the first Sunday of our summer schedule, June, July, and August. And that means no Sunday school, but worship still at 10:30. So worship still at 10:30, and looking forward to getting to hear from Will this weekend and having our youth be more involved in the worship service. This is also my last Sunday before sabbatical. So I want to take just a few moments and say some words of thanks before I head out, and maybe talk a little bit about the future. I am so grateful to Cross Park Church for your generosity and for your kindness, for your patience with me, for your love for me and my family. Getting to go on sabbatical as a pastor is a privilege. Most pastors do not get to take sabbatical, but to be part of a church that values pastoral well-being is so special. And I was speaking with a counselor that I've met with recently. Just a few days ago, we had sort of a follow-up call, and I was describing to him some of the dynamics at play in our church and how folks have interacted with me and had conversations with me in recent weeks, thinking about sabbatical and other things. And he said, "Are you serious?" He said, "Are people actually responding that way to you?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "That's amazing, because that's how he's a counseling professor. He said, that's how I teach it. And it's so rare that a pastor would be treated that way. So thank you. So grateful to be part of Cross Park Church, and so humbled by your kindness and generosity in allowing for a 3-month sabbatical, especially in the midst of the transition that we've been in over the last year or so. I'm also grateful to the Lilly Foundation. As you probably know, I've received a grant, a substantial grant, through the Lilly Foundation, administered by Christian Theological Seminary, that is paying for all of this. And so while I'll be away for 3 months, June, July, and August, that's not costing Cross Park anything financially. In fact, some of the endowment money, some of the grant money goes to help pay for pulpit supply while I'm away. So thankful for Cross Park, so thankful for the Lilly Endowment, and so thankful for our leaders, especially at Cross Park. I really am not anxious at all about leaving the church for 3 months. The men and women that are in leadership at Cross Park and on the staff are so gifted, so qualified, and so godly and energetic that it's going to be a wonderful summer. And I'm a little bit sad that I'm going to miss it. I do look forward to, if I were going to be around, I'd look forward to Andrew's preaching through Proverbs. So I am going to miss that, but I am grateful for y'all as a church family to get to experience that. I did think I'd just take a moment and talk about the sabbatical and what the Beachies' plans are over the summer, so that as we come to mind, maybe you can be praying for us. And just kind of broad brush, I leave on Tuesday. I fly out Tuesday night for Scotland I'm going to be joining a tour put on by Covenant College, and that'll be a Reformation tour of Scotland. So I show up and I'm part of the tour group. I don't have any responsibilities. I'm really looking forward to it. Never been to Scotland. A lot that I'm excited about with that first week of June, 2 through 10, I'll be on a Reformation tour of Scotland. And then on the 9th, 10th of June, Sarah and Bailey will fly over and meet me in Europe on our way to Malawi. We are going to spend 3 weeks, about just under 3 weeks, in Blantyre, Malawi, working with a church plant there called Christ Presbyterian Church. It's part of an MTW team that is there. And we're going to be able to work alongside, not the church so much, but one of the elders of the church runs a children's home. And Sarah Bailey and I are going to get to spend time at the children's home, a couple of weeks there. There may be some, in addition to loving on kids and playing games and that sort of thing, there may be some bookcases I can build or tables or something as they look to add on to their space, from what I understand. So about 3 weeks in Malawi through June. And then first week of July, Anna, Catherine, and Colin, our 2 older kids, will fly over and we'll get to spend a week in Switzerland, and then a week in England and a week in Ireland. And beyond having Airbnbs booked, we don't have many plans. So we are looking forward to just being together as a family, to resting in the countryside, taking some walks, playing some games, seeing some beautiful things. And we are so excited. So grateful for you, Cross Park, and for this opportunity. We then fly back the end of July, and I have a week of family vacation with my dad, his wife, and my siblings. The last week of July, and then August, I'm here. I'm going to be in Charlotte, but I'm still going to be off. So if you see me around, I'd love to see you, but we're not going to talk about Cross Park at all. There's a brief retreat that I'm going to do, 3-4 day silent retreat at a Catholic monastery, a Trappist monastery down outside of Charleston. I've never done that kind of thing before, so but they welcome folks to come and do retreat for a couple of days. So that'll be a great time for me to kind of process, try and get down maybe on paper some things that I've learned and come to see over the sabbatical if the Lord does that. But then beginning of September, I'll be back on, have a couple of weeks of overlap with Andrew, Lord willing, and then we're back at it in September. So yes, I am coming back. I don't have plans to stay in Scotland. Though part of my heart might stay there, I don't know. But I am very thankful for the opportunity to be away, and I do look forward to coming back and picking up our life and ministry together in September. I won't be on my email. I won't be on my Cross Park email. Kirsten and Aaron are taking me off of text threads and email threads and all those kinds of things. So I am going to try and unplug and be able to have some space to listen a little more, be quiet and slow, and rest. So, Cross Park, love you. If I don't see you on Sunday morning, I look forward to seeing you in September, and or when Jesus takes us all home and we're together around that table finally and forever. Until then, until we see each other again, Cross Park, love you. And grace and peace are and will be yours in Jesus, our Savior and our King.